Okay, guys, welcome to today's video. Today, we're going to tackle the marketing calendar. If you're a fitness business owner, this is going to change the game for you. Honestly, do this and your business will be fine for the rest of its existence. So, I'm going to put this to the side here, try not to get too distracted, and I'm going to draw out exactly what you need to focus on going into the new year or any time throughout the year. Um, the little point to this as well is I want you to make sure you plan your time off and your holidays with alongside this, because to coincide with it, even because not only are we going to market to make you more money, to pay off tax, VAT, to get your savings in check, to build wealth, we're also going to do it to coincide with time you can take off so that you know when you're away that you can chill and you can relax as a business owner, but also so that when you can come back, you put your foot down and you make the most of these most lucrative times. Before I start, I want to caveat this by saying you can market any week of the year, you can push sales any week of the year, but there is no doubt about it. Within a year, there are peaks and troughs in terms of your market, especially in the fitness industry. So if we look here very, very quickly, if you look at the year, so we have January here and we have December here. Between this, when is the most active times for people to want to get in shape? Well, it's January and February. We'll talk more in detail about this in a minute. But it's January and February. There's no doubt about it that it peaks because post Christmas, people are like, New Year, the resolutions, all of that good stuff. February. And then this lasts February, March, April, and it kind of takes a dip. And then you have the summer people back up again. And you have people want to get ready to be in a bikini, to be with their tops off, six pack shred, all the rest of it. And then it goes to sort of July and it takes another dip because people have had the holidays, it's too late for them. Or, by the way, I'm generally thinking of 10 years in the industry, this is what people think like. And then after summer, July, August, into sort of September, August, the schools go back. So there's a little peak again. And then from there, it lasts to sort of December, back down. And then January kicks back in again. Okay. So there are peaks in these times where you should be marketing a lot more heavily in order to take advantage of them. But of course, there are also troughs here where, people aren't as dedicated. They aren't wanting to get a personal trainer, online coach, fitness coach, whatever. They don't want to commit to their goals as much, right? You're still going to have a bunch of clients who love it at these times and stuff like that, right? Now, this is years and years and years of this. Like, there is no doubt about it. And the best coaches, the best fitness business owners will be fully booked by this point. And here, this is when the other ones will struggle the most, right? Now, what I want you to think about with this marketing calendar is two things. Number one is how can you take the peak time and rinse it as much as possible? Because guess what? That's when you work. And then so that after it, you can take it off. The second thing is at this point here, you've got two choices. You either peak the trough and do your best to bring it up. By the way, less people are advertising at that point, less people are pushing it, so you'll stand out more. Or the other choice is this is where you take time off, or you go a holiday, or you back off, you work on client delivery, you look after your stuff, you build systems for the future. Two choices. Now, you may want to do that for this one, sit it out, take time off, go on holiday, whatever. Then the next trough, you might want to peak that. Because I want you to understand that, let's say in this time frame over a 3 months, January, February, March, let's say that's the peak. Let's say you make 30K in that time frame. That's all well and good. That's your busiest time. But let's say over here on a 3 month period, you make only 15K. You have to understand that, are you happy with that? Then over here again, you make 30K. And then back in this other peak, you make 30K, 30, 60, 90. But every time there's a trough, you make 15. So now this is 15K. And you have to think about what this does to your whole annual revenue. And every year, the same coaches do the same stuff. They just go, oh, wait till January, it's busy. And they live like the market. And you can't break through plateaus if you live like your market. So I want to equip you with the absolute marketing calendar that's going to make you take this 30K, turn it to 50K in a quarter, take the 15K, turn it to 20, 25, so that you can make more money within the calendar year. So let's look at it. First things first, I'll redraw the calendar here. So we have January until December. And I'm just going to slot in some of the key campaigns we get our clients to do in the key launch windows. Okay. So, first things first, you have the New Year reset. So, January brings the New Year reset. This is when people are like, the biggest client acquisition moment of the year is these 2 months. Everyone wants a fresh start. You want to launch around about December 27th. You want to launch this and have a launch window. Your intake window is going to be the 13th to the 24th of January. And this is your New Year reset. Okay. Now, I do believe that there's quite a lot of people you can snap up here. You can start a waiting list in December. It works really well. It's down here. We'll come to that in a minute. And it's great. January is great, right? However, February for me has always been the best. It's always been the best when I ran it. I used to be a PT when I was an online coach. And I think the reason for that is people just take so long in January to get going, especially depending when it falls. People don't go back to work until the 6th of January or whenever it is. And they just take so long, and maybe they've not got the money as well to invest. Maybe they join a gym that's a lot cheaper than a coach, but they're just not ready to commit to the big levels yet. And so when it comes in here, we then have February. I feel like I'm going to run out of space here already. So we have February, and February's the momentum builder. So this is the launch window for this is, and I'll keep this in red just so it's in sync. We have the 3rd to the 14th of February. This is your launch window. Now, it's important to note, see these dates here? We get our clients to fill in a form and we launch the campaigns for them. So you need to make sure you're prepared for this. This is your launch window, right? So February, January can be overhyped. Most people don't actually start until February. And this is when momentum buyers show up, less noise, more commitment, and cleaner lead flow. Speak to those who sat on the fence while the New Year crowd is fading. Okay, so February is your best time to launch, in my opinion. Then we move over to the spring campaign, which is in March. And how March works is Easter equals excess, and spring equals a clean slate. Time your campaign to match the seasonal mindset shift of get in shape before the panic hits. So you're kind of getting in shape before the panic hits here. Now, listen, your market might not be all about getting in shape for summer and all the typical stuff, but there is no doubt about it. The way that the work calendar works, the way that the weddings work, and all the stuff that's in a human being's life, it works in these calendars. You have to accept it, okay, and play to it to make sure that you're benefiting from it, both financially for your business, but also for you to take time off and enjoy your life and enjoy this whole game that we're playing here. So March, we have the 24th of March to the 4th of April, and that's your launch window there. Then we move to next, which is the summer launch. So this is the next biggie, in my opinion. This is the next one that really, really peaks. So what I'm going to do very quickly here is just put the peaks here, just so you've got them. So let's go March, and then we've got the spring campaign March, and then we're going to go for summer launch, which is April. January, February, March. You've got your dates there, and then the summer launch is going to be the 12th to the 23rd of May. So this is like April and May. And these ones. Let me score out December because I'm going to run out of space here. So that's the 12th. Now the summer launch is really simple. Summer is one in spring. So this is your last chance to secure May to June revenue before the sun and school holidays slow down the market. Think about that, and you know that happens, right? So that's your chance, and we know it's going to be the 12th to the 23rd of May. Next up, we have the July rescue campaign. So if you remember from the graph there I showed you, this is when it kind of goes down. So we know it goes up and then to here, and then it goes back down again. Okay, that's it, sort of zoomed in. We know it's going to take a little bit of a dip here into July because summer holidays. So what can you do in that time? Well, there's not an awful lot. You could take your own holiday, which I'd highly recommend. But if we go the first, this is really kind of depends on the fitness business, but I like to think of this as like time for you to take off or building an audience, build a list at this point so that the next time you're launching, that's when you really push and you've built your list in that time. So retargeting ads, building up your followers, giving out loads of free value to your audience, so that when it comes to back to school, we've got an audience to sell to. So July, if you wanted to earn one, the dip is real. Unless you rescue revenue with urgency, reactivation, and recapture ads, works best with scarcity or challenge-based campaigns. So another thing here is, like I've just mentioned, all of the stuff I mentioned, but also challenges. Challenge your clients, get them to come into the community. Maybe you're an in-person gym owner, so give people access to your classes in the summer. Move your classes outside. If it's online coaching, get some guest speakers to come in and get some guest clients, prospects to come on your calls. Collate loads of results and testimonials during this time. Loads of things that you can do campaign-wise. Then we move to the back to school campaign, which is August and September. Now, the window for this is the 14th. This really depends on if you're in Scotland or England. The 14th to the 30th for Scotland. And if you're in England, then you'll do the 2nd to the 12th of September. Just depending on when the schools start back. You have here, September starts in August for marketers who win. This is for coaches who want to launch before the noise, position around routine, anxiety, and FOMO. Scottish schools go back August the 14th and English the 1st of September. So this is the big back to school campaign that works wonders, even if you've not got parents that you market to. Okay. And then just at the tail end of September, you've got September reset. So this is kind of, obviously you can push to the back to school angle, and then you can push the September reset angle. Now this is done depending on, what time you've done this. You don't have to do both of these, by the way. But 2nd to the 12th of September. Now this is the industry standard launch, but we do it differently. Focus on voice collaboration, anti-template positioning, and urgency before the window closes. This is just a note for my internal team and for me to market. But this is where you push the September reset campaign, where the whole angle is around resetting for the end of the year, big push, 4 months to make it work, that type of thing. Okay, next up, we have into November, which it seems to be October nowadays, to be honest, Black Friday. But we have Black Friday, I'll just put this here, Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And you want to start getting ready for that in October. But your launch is actually going to be around the 21st to the 25th of November. And that's cool, Black Friday, the profit punch of the year, but only if you go early and sell smart. Bundle, scarcity, psychological value stacking. This isn't about discounts, it's about dominance. So you have to stand out in this time frame. It's not about, you get 1 month free, for example, right? Okay, second last we have is December. We have December finish. Now this is the 9th to the 13th of December. And this is the December finish campaign. That looks like this. Pre-Christmas fatigue is real. This campaign re-engages cold leads and warm audiences with beat the January rush positioning. It's perfect for the soft closes and the nurture plays. So around about this time, it would be advisable to build your audience, build campaigns for your people in your city to follow you. Online coaching, it's time to get loads of leads, give them hundreds of value over Christmas, create challenges and stuff, so that when it comes time to do the second part, which is of course the New Year waiting list launch, this is where in the tail end of December and early January, you do the New Year waiting list launch. So this is where you future pace the next year. Use this to lock in intent now while prospects are holiday distracted but New Year motivated. It plays perfectly with pre-sale frameworks. Okay, so there you have it. That is the marketing calendar for you to play to the times of the year where the market, whether you like it or not, it's when they're most active, it's when they're most likely to buy. How do I know this? From personal training, from selling my own business, from a gym, for the agency. I used to be personal training in Pure Gym, and by the time like mid-February came, all the PTs were fully booked, and that's even including the PTs who weren't very good. So it just sort of goes to show you here. And hopefully the whole reason I've done this video is for you to look at your year, sit down with it and just, I do this every time, but like I have my business calendar year and then I have my personal calendar like this, and I just match it up and I just see when the big campaigns are going to be, and I know when I'm going to take off so that you can, tell your partner exactly when you're going to be staying in the office late or in the gym late, and then you can get them off your back and also get the buy-in because you're going to pay for the holiday or whatever. But the big goal here is to take whatever you're earning in a quarter and just spike it. But listen, another thing to note here is you can't do all of this. Some of you don't have the resources for it. So pick wisely, and whatever ones you are doing, go all in on, okay? Anyway, if you found this useful, give me a comment in the comment section. I'd love to know. And I'll see you in the next video.